Okay, no, but here, Transformers related question. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, Miguel, you have leader class Shockwave, and you have seen the Rodimus and Galvatron slugs. How do those compare size wise to Brains and Wheelie? Is
I
Miguel?
haven't.
is
I
Miguel
haven't.
not there?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
he's
here.
Okay. Have you not
I
opened them?
haven't. I haven't opened Shockwave yet. Um, and I would say just from what I've seen in pictures, they seem to be comparable. The problem is like I don't like when I saw the slugs, they were from far away. Um,
Mm-hmm.
who knows? I might see them again on Saturday, so
Why
I'll
don't you
have.
have microscopes for eyes?
Can you eat Wheelie?
You could easily eat Wheelie.
Oh yeah.
You could.
Can you swallow him like a pill?
You
Yes.
probably. You probably will accidentally inhale Rodimus and Galvatron.
I look forward to it.
Well,
I'm
also,
not getting Unicron, but I will track down someone who is, and this is my promise, I will eat Rodimus.
You also have to note the fact that the versions that we saw at New York and the versions that are going into production are different because they redid the sculpts.
Yeah, that is true.
So they may have made them bigger.
That is fair.
Or smaller.
Doesn't matter. He's still gonna eat them. And
Or
by the
smaller.
way,
That's a rock fact.
Miguel's been recording, so we have that recorded.
Oh no, this is
Yes.
the intro. This is the intro to the episode.
We have the receipts. I will make sure that I find someone who has
Weren't
the
we gonna
Unicron.
make you deep fry a figure and eat it or something?
So just to be clear, we're putting out.
That was
the call.
before I went broke.
We're putting out the call for everyone that if you're willing to donate a Rodimus, Zeus needs one to eat. So
Yes,
we're putting
A
out the
I
Rodimus
will
call.
eat it on
HasLab.
camera.
A Rodimus from your HasLab, Unicron specifically, because if they
Yeah.
just send you like a G1
Hold on.
Rodimus,
No,
then
send him,
Zeus
like,
is gonna die.
Power of the Primes leader class Rodimus Prime,
Because
and we just watch
that
Zeus.
Rodimus
Okay,
will have
I mean,
died.
actually, that wouldn't. Actually, I wouldn't be against that. I lost the arms on mine, so I need new arms.
I mean,
Wait, for what?
No, we're talking about eating. Also,
Well,
how
yeah,
do you
I'll eat
lose
everything
the
but the
entire-
arms.
How do you lose the arms?
There's somewhere in my room. I've been displaying him as Hot Rod, and the other day I wanted to put him in Rodimus mode, and I just have no idea where I put the arms.
You should find those. Anyways,
Welcome to Steel City Bots.
yeah, hey guys, it's Eric Crowner from Nerdy Geek Talk, social and Nerdy Geek Needs, here with a new episode of Steel City Bots. Sorry it's been a while. We've been undergoing renovations. Not really, actually. We've just all had busy and different schedules.
Okay, so does that mean that you would like we as in like the podcast, or we as in like more like you?
I'm at
Because-
the, I'm
Is
at
it a
the, po-
royal
I'm, at the
we?
I'm at the podcast.
I mean, your life seems to be going through renovations. You're a human highlighter now.
This is true. If you don't know what he's talking about, which chances are you don't, either check Twitter or also join the Radio Free Cybertron Discord server. You can find it in there. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's a thing now, isn't it?
It's pretty. It's actually kind of fun. I like it. I haven't used Discord regularly before, but I've
Now
used
you
it-
understand why I like Discord
I've
so
used
much.
it a little bit before with transmissions. Like I've used it before. I still don't love it, but
We're not getting into this conversation right now.
we'll get into
Thank
it right on the
you so much.
podcast. Oh my god, Aaron.
We'll
really
also-
wants us
The
to
title
record
of this
the show on that.
episode, Aaron loses it. Like,
We'll also probably be spending a lot of this episode plugging other stuff as we get
I
closer
was gonna
to
say, yeah, Toy Fair is up and coming, so
yeah. So we have a lot of people to plug because
there's we're representing it in multiple ways.
I would say three of us are very involved in some Toy Fair related business this weekend.
hopefully 3 of us.
I was gonna say at least
2.5.
At least two of us.
2.5. Aaron,
At
you're
least
half
2,
a
maybe
person
3.
right now.
At least 2, maybe 3. We'll see how that turns out in 24 hours from when we're recording this.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. But yeah, so you know what? Let's plug the Toy Fair stuff now. We'll wait to plug all of our social media at the end, but the Toy Fair stuff. So Miguel, you're actually going to be there, right?
Right. So just like in October, where I helped our friend of the show, Ant, Mr. TFU.info himself, with covering the Hasbro fan media event at around New York Comic Con. there is a Hasbro brand preview presentation and event on this Saturday from 1:30 to 5, apparently. At 1:30, the presentation will start. Hasbro's Facebook page will, or Hasbro Pulse's Facebook page specifically, will
live streaming it, right?
Yep, be live streaming
Hopefully it works this time.
the presentation. Yeah, hopefully it works.
Wasn't it going to be on Sci-Fi as well or something?
No,
That was
that's how they tried to do it before and it didn't work.
They've done that for New York. Last year it didn't, or the year before in 2018 it didn't work. 2019 worked fine, from what I understand. So Facebook for Hasbro Pulse, you'll see the presentation, and then that's when those of us on site will be allowed into the showroom and start taking pictures of everything, and that not only includes Transformers, but Marvel Legends, Power Rangers, the new G.I. Joe line that's coming out, Ghostbusters, and anything else that they throw in there. So I'll be there covering you. A lot of stuff will probably be retweeted on the Steel City Bots Twitter account at Steel City Bots, but be sure, if you aren't already, to follow TFU_info on Twitter. That's where I will be tweeting out things, and then also follow the YouTube channel, TFU Info.
Are you guys gonna live stream, or are you just gonna post stuff later?
No, Ant will be live streaming on
I
YouTube while I cover the with pictures and tweets and whatnot on Twitter. He'll be manning the Twitter for the first half, which I'm not sure how much there will be, given the fact that the thing is being live streamed. But if that crashes or people just if there's lag, check the Twitter too. Have tons of tabs or devices open. So yeah, we'll be on the show floor answering questions, and Ant has about 10-minute interview slot with Ben Montano and or at least the brand team. So probably Ben Montano and John Warden.
Nice.
I was gonna say John Hasbro, but that's
no. John Hasbro is the myth, the man, the legend. John Warden's the actual person. It's like the difference between like historical Jesus and biblical Jesus.
Oh,
I
thought you were gonna say the Wizard of Oz, like the man behind the curtain versus.
I
thought you were gonna say historical George Washington and actual George Washington.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's also similar thing, but anyways.
Wait. Hold. Keep going.
I still love though how people on Twitter were calling it John Hasbro, but a lot of people didn't know that John Warden was actually someone who worked at Hasbro.
Yeah,
there were people who just kept calling it John Hasbro. That's my favorite
thing.
I got kind of mad at some people, and I was like, "Can we stop blaming John for everything?" And then they're like, "Wait, that guy's name is John," and I'm like,
"Yeah, I remember that."
Yeah, it was kind of awkward.
Because John's a super generic name.
I mean, it is. I'm not gonna say it's not, but
that's why John Hasbro.
But, and then there's a 75 to 95% chance I won't be at the Hasbro event, but I'll just be on the show floor for the 2 days, Saturday and Sunday.
Which will have cool stuff.
Aaron will probably be, if he manages to make it, he'll be at the Javits Center. Where I'm going to be at is somewhere different.
Don't tell people where I'll be.
Because Hasbro, I mean, you said you're going to be at New York Comic Con. I mean, not a Comic Con, Toy Fair. Jeez.
Yeah, no.
They happen in the same building.
I'll be walking the floor, though, and I'll be taking pictures of stuff. So, if they, for some reason, don't show off any of the figures physically, if they're on the show floor, I'll get pictures of those and whatnot. So I'm just going to be taking pictures of everything I can, and I might take my actual good camera with me too to get some cool shots.
Please get pictures of the new Lego. For no one else than for me.
I'm going to be there for 2 days. I'm not staying for the whole thing, which is 4 days because I have classes. Neither is my boss. My boss is going to be in meetings all day, so I'm going to be the one going around looking at product, figuring out if we should get it, I guess, and going from there.
You'll be there as a retailer, essentially.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what type of pass he's getting me. But
stuff that you see might be a little bit different than stuff that other people who are normally at this event see. So that would be interesting.
I have no idea what type of pass he's getting me. It could be a retailer pass, could just be a normal floor pass. I'm not sure.
Well, see, they don't let normal people. It's usually retailers and press.
Okay,
I understand.
Then maybe, yeah. He said he can probably get me a pass. He found out earlier in the day, but I haven't spoken to him. I'm going to speak to him tomorrow, so we'll know. And if there's different stuff, I'll get pictures. I'm going to take pictures anyways. So I'll make sure to have someone at the Steel City Bots retweet that
Yep, I was gonna
if
say
that's going on.
everything from you going there will be retweeted on Steel
But
City Bots.
if for some reason you can't find that, for some reason, I'll mention my social media. Is it cool if I mention my Twitter now, just so people can?
Yeah, at
Yeah.
Mariasha.
It's
Go ahead.
at Mariasha, Maroyasha. And anything I take pictures of, I'll be putting on there. And if I do bring my actual camera to get nicer pictures, I'll post those later on too, because I'll have to rip those off the
To
camera.
lengthen the list of tabs that you'll have open and places to follow, last but not least, I will also be participating in Toy Fair stuff. I'm going to be on the Radio Free, the 11th Radio Free Cybertron annual Toy Fair live stream, which is always a really fun time. I think it starts at 12. I think. Could be wrong about that. Maybe it's 1. I should know that, but around there, go follow at TF Radio, basically, though, to see their coverage, and also just pull up the live stream, because it'll be fun. You can be in the chat and everything, and, like, we're all just going to be excited about toy reveals together, so, it's a good time.
12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you.
RFC
Yeah, let's
is
specify
live
the
Oh, yeah, the
time zone.
Yeah, time zone's good to know.
So yeah, you'll have Eric providing all the remote coverage and the reactions with all the RFC crew, and then you'll have Ant, me, and Aaron all doing various things throughout the weekend on the actual
on the ground,
like on the grounds, actually taking pictures and tweeting out things, posting things, getting details wrong and having to amend it, but people only see the first thing.
Yep,
so
that's
they're just
how it
like,
goes.
why
I'm gonna
did you
have to make
decide
sure
to
I
make
have
his
my
hands
portable
gray?
charger.
That doesn't make sense. And it's like I explained why. I linked to a video where you can hear John Warden explaining why, but then I guess so many of us complained. They were like, you know what? Make them blue. I'm gonna bring it up and be like, why are they blue now? What happened to the gray?
That's gonna be your one question.
I honestly though.
That was my question last time about Prime's hand, so I gotta follow up with it.
I mean, you should ask though, because like that genuinely is something that I feel like would be cool to know, because like, yeah,
If I
That
have a
could-
shot.
That could be a bigger deal than them changing Sonic.
What I have to do is I have to find the same person who I asked about the TCG cards, and I don't know, I always forget whether or not I've talked about this, but when I asked her what the new faction was in the TCG, it's mercenaries. The first thing she told me was Quintessons. Which now in retrospect, I'm like, was that a mistake?
I feel like it was.
But the problem is I have no one to corroborate that story with, because I was only near her. Everyone else was over either near the Earthrise diorama, or there was a table that had a Unicron poster on it.
And then that was how the stuff with the Cyberverse Deluxes went, basically, too. Is that you were like the only one who was looking at that, right? Because
Everyone was around pretty much everyone was around the Earthrise display, and I looked over and I'm just like, what the hell is that? And then Ant and I went over, and it was like, oh, Cyberverse, what? And we started asking questions, and they had to pull up like press releases on their phones.
That's great. But yeah, so Toy Fair is upon us, and it's going to be a great time. So definitely check all that stuff out. We're in for some treats. So what? I mean, I guess it didn't actually say who all's here. So
No, you didn't.
I'm here. I'm Eric. Jared, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. My work called me earlier asking me if I could come in both today and or tomorrow. But I said no to one of the days, because if I were to say yes, then I would have been working 7 days in a row at Target, and spending 7 days at Target is not obliged.
Unless you're looking for toys. If you're doing
Even
work,
then,
if you're spending 7 days working at Target, yeah, I would have to agree.
well, working at Target but looking for toys prior.
Michael, how are you doing?
I'm doing good because I no longer work at Target. I didn't have a different job.
And do you know new bots information? Right?
What?
I said, and you know new bots information. That would contribute to you doing good, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there. It's just crazy because fall's already coming out.
I love how happy.
Why
that makes
did
me.
Michael break into song?
Because it's
I didn't
Michael.
break into song. I just broke.
See, my response was gonna be because he's a thespian, but okay.
I mean, yes. So that's maybe why I've been sing-songy, but that was more so being like, oh my god, there's so many.
So
uh,
you just broke
Yeah,
then.
once.
Zeus, how are you doing?
Mostly fine, except that someone stole my Scampi.
Stole your what?
We had today. I don't know. You people know that I'm in culinary school right now, right? I mentioned that
Oh.
before.
No.
Okay,
Culinary
I'm in
school?
culinary
What?
school.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I swear I told you.
I knew you were in school. I didn't know it was culinary school.
Oh, you wanted to be
Yeah.
a filmmaker.
I gave up on that when I
He's gonna
realized I
make
didn't
a
want to be a
chef movie.
filmmaker.
He's gonna make.
I'm
a
gonna
chef
make
movie.
Chef 2, baby. But no, I kind of decided. Like partway through the program that I just wasn't having fun, and so I'm doing this now because I think I'll enjoy it a lot more. But anyways, part of our program is that we have like a campus restaurant that we run, and I was on service today, which means that whatever's left over, the people on our team can kind of pick from that and just have free food. And I had grabbed like basically the last of the shrimp scampi. I left to go wash some dishes. I came back and it was gone.
Oof.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
Thief.
So, which means all I had to eat today was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that I brought from home.
Oh, well, at least you had that.
And at least I had that, but I want my shrimp scampi.
Miguel, how are you doing?
Doing all right.
Getting excited.
I only just got home recently, and it's pretty late, so it's a bit annoying. But that's such is the life when you work so far away from where you live. We got to change the mascot.
You didn't get a. Yeah, nah,
Yeah,
that was just a joke. Um, did you get a parking ticket?
Not today.
Yeah,
I got one yesterday.
Not today.
I got
Not
one yesterday
today.
because for whatever reason, at the time that I roll up to the train station to park my car, recently way more people have been parking there, which is bizarre. But so I parked in a spot that I normally don't park in, and I walked away from it. Remembered, oh wait, I need to know what number I'm spot I'm in to pay at the machine. So I apparently looked at it wrong, so I got it 2 numbers off. So when I came home last night, or when I got in my car, drove halfway through driving back to my house, I noticed that there's something on my windshield, and I'm like, what the hell's that? And so when I get out, I take it out, and it's like, oh, it's a ticket. And part of me in the morning was like, you know what? The fact that I'm parking in a different spot, it means I'm going to get a ticket, because I'm going to do something wrong. And that's what happened. So my parking space ended up costing me $34 yesterday.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning
Oh no.
that. Unfortunate.
At least no one stole your shrimp, though.
Well, I can't eat shrimp, so I wouldn't really. Someone probably did because I actually
You can't.
I'm allergic
eat
to
shrimp?
shellfish.
You're
I'm
allergic.
allergic to shellfish. Yes.
Whoa!
Okay. Well, there were
Your
meatballs on
mind's,
that
like,
plate
blown
too.
right now.
I
So
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Me neither.
we're bad friends.
You've never
Yeah.
had a shrimp taco?
No, I've eaten shrimp before. Shellfish allergy is a common adult onset allergy. So
okay.
yeah, I used to be able to eat shellfish when I was a kid. I can't anymore. Which
What
is sad.
happens?
I can eat imitation crab because imitation crab, as the
Is
name
fish.
suggests, isn't real crab. It's whitefish.
Wow.
I didn't
Okay,
really
but
think.
like, what happens when you eat shellfish, though?
Last I checked, my throat gets really just like itchy. I don't know if it's full on anaphylaxis because I haven't gone to an allergist and I don't want to find out. Well, I don't want to
Alright.
find out by eating. I should go to an allergist.
You don't want to find out the wrong way.
Yes. Although recently, when going out to get sushi, someone with me did have an EpiPen, so we recovered.
That's good.
Unless he ate tree nuts, and in that case, we wouldn't have been, because we would have been one EpiPen short.
Just share it. Like, put half in his leg, put half in Miguel's leg. It's okay.
Yeah, except for all of the...
You're an EpiPen. That's not dangerous.
Oh, God, Alyssa's been having fun with the
I
allergist.
mean, it's less dangerous than dying. Just putting that out there.
She's got a fun time, too.
Well, the thing with her right now is that she's getting checked for her chickpea allergy, and they think she's over it, but she's got to wait 6 months before they can do the full-on test to see if she's truly over it.
Oh.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
So, like, she's been cleared for a couple of months now, but she still has to wait till, like... No, it's 9 months because she's got to wait till, like, November.
That's crazy.
That's a whole pregnancy there.
Yes.
Chickpea baby.
Huh.
Anyways, last but definitely least, Aaron, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Sorry for being so quiet. My boss texted me something, so I'm just getting that done on my phone. But I am here and paying attention and
Boss
listening.
texted you, but not about New York Comic-Con.
No,
Fair.
we were-
Jesus Christ, why am I messing this up so much?
We were talking about another work thing earlier, and he just forgot to mention it to me, so I'm just finishing it up on my phone because I meant to earlier.
Oh, I see. All right. But yeah.
But I am here.
All right, how are you? Did you?
I'm doing all right.
All right,
I'm tired. I started a new job on campus today, and so I have to be up at like 7 in the morning every morning from now on to be there on time.
Ooh.
I have to be up at 5:30 to get to class on time, so there's
Yeah,
that.
but that's 8:30 our time, so we don't care.
Also, like,
That's just how it is.
also on Mondays I have to get up early. I have classes at 10 that day, and I don't leave until 9:30 at night, and I also work in between classes. So, like,
Ooh,
yeah, screw off.
fancy.
Okay,
Anyways, today's
I see how it is.
You have no
today's
sympathy from
mascot.
you have no sympathy from me.
I'm just
Okay.
writing down a bunch of time points that I'm going to have to edit out.
Today's mascot is Cyberverse Light Up Bisque. Since we're doing the mascot right now, I guess that doesn't have any context, but it will in just a second.
That's what we call foreshadowing.
Very clever. Michael, did you do a history lesson?
Yes, I did.
Good job. I'm very proud of you. You finally did your job.
Yay!
Because you gave me the opportunity. Anyway, we are recording this episode on February 19th, and on this day in 1944, the Transformers scriptwriter Donald F. Glut is born. He is responsible for a substantial number of the scripts for the original cartoon, among the more notable ones including Masquerade, Call of the Primitives, Divide and Conquer, SOS Dinobots, War of the Dinobots, and the Season 1 finale, Heavy Metal War.
Every time I hear that, I think of Ant's TF University, where it just screams like the war, that song. I forget what that song is.
I remember that. You mean the song? You mean
Is
the
that
song
just what the
War?
song's called? Is that what the song's called?
I'm assuming that's what you're thinking of.
Probably.
Ant will correct you, if anything, on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Oh,
after
yeah.
listening to this
Sure.
episode.
For sure.
Preferably in the open and not in DMs, so we can all put him on blast.
Oh, I figured that he would. I just assumed that. Now he definitely will. I mean,
The last time I mentioned something that he responded to, he actually DM'd me, but that was probably because it was more, at the time, confidential. But who knows?
Okay. Yeah, who knows? It'll be a surprise. Just kidding. He's definitely going to openly do it now. But, yeah, cool. Thanks for the history lesson. I feel very educated now.
Especially since we said something, he'll say it.
Let's talk about our new reveals for Toy Fair. We actually don't have a ton of stuff. Well, I mean, we have a decent amount of stuff, but it's not the stuff that a lot of people are looking forward to. I made that sound mean towards Cyberverse, but like, you know what I mean. We don't have any. Here's what I'll say. We don't have any Earthrise. We don't have any Studio Series or BotBots reveals right now. We've gotten 2 sets of reveals for Cyberverse. The first one on our list is a brand new. Is it? I mean, it's not a toy line. What are they calling it?
Subline?
I get. Yeah, the subline. It's
It's-
the. Battle Call?
Yeah, it's a
Is that what it is?
Battle Call, yeah.
right. So it's a new subline. I mean, I don't know if if it if
Just
it'll
like
be a new
Jumpstarters.
if it'll be a new sub branding
Oh,
of
sort
the
of like
entire
yeah.
line, or just simply like a couple of figures. I mean, they're all slated for the end of this year.
August.
Maybe it's like how we have two different things going on right now in Cyberverse, right? Because there's
Well-
one that's like Bumblebee Adventures or
Well,
something.
no, that's a separate thing. That seems to be straight up a rebranding of what the show is called, because internationally, given the fact that at the time of this recording, season 3 has just started to air in the UK and be distributed on demand in the US. In the UK, everything is branded still as Transformers Cyberverse, while if you watch the episodes on demand in the US, they're Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures. So at some point in the past year, they decided to switch the name of the show.
Very
Interesting.
But anyways,
Yeah, but there's also what's the subline that's going on right now? It's
currently
Invasion,
Battle
right?
for Cybertron.
I thought it was
Oh,
called
yeah.
Invasion.
No, Battle for well, it's close. Battle for Cybertron, which
has
based on the
Quintessons
episodes
and- yeah.
fits in multiple ways.
Yes.
So now Battle Call will essentially be voice activated gimmicks.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so I think it's cool because they're gonna have electronics, right? Which is something that we haven't had in Transformers. And
It's like some of them will have like some of them have
Light-ups.
sounds and lights, I guess, and then some have just lights. I've seen some people say like, oh, the Bumblebee that has lights and sounds can now, when you activate that one, it can activate the light up Bumblebee.
Oh.
And this is where a lot of the new characters that were just shown off are going to show up,
Yeah,
right?
so like the new designs.
Oh
of
yeah,
the
Mr.
Phantom-
Cowboys.
Yeah, I was gonna say we finally have a cowboy transformer. We have two Optimuses, right? Two Bumblebees. Bumblebee's battle mask is very interesting, I gotta say. It's sort of like movie-esque, but also kind of Waspinator-esque. Anyways, there's the $50 price point, and then the what's the other one?
$25.
$50 price point. I really haven't looked at like the page for this. There's a $50 price.
I
Yeah.
tried to look at it during my break, but nothing was loading.
Yeah, there's a $50.
It's comicbook.com. It barely loads anyways.
There's a $50 Optimus and a $50 Bumblebee. Both of
What?
those actually look okay. Like I may
Yeah.
get the Optimus. I don't think
They
I'll get the
have-
Bumblebee.
I'm wondering how that armor works. Is that part of the battle call thing, or
I
Yeah,
think so.
It's
yeah.
it's
oh?
at the very least
So if
on
you just-
that size class. From what I remember reading, those are they'll like respond to certain phrases and they will activate certain things. Like if they hear a certain phrase, they will activate their armor.
That's going to
Okay,
get
so
real
I-
annoying.
So I can yell at them to put a shirt on.
It,
Oh
it
my
looks
god,
like-
I would love that. Put a
It looks
shirt
like
on, armor deploys.
Put a shirt on. We're going out to the grocery store.
it looks
I really want.
If that's not a phrase that works, I want someone to like make a third-party upgrade pack that's just an extra chip that lets you do that.
that'd be a lot of effort for not that
I'd
much.
pay
effort.
top dollar. I'd
no,
pay
you
top dollar.
wouldn't.
You're
you
right.
probably
I'd pay
wouldn't.
$2.
It looks like the armor folds up as a backpack and then flips over the head, because you can see Prime has like, well, one, he gets a helmet, and then there's a bunch of hinges and stuff that look like and almost like a
Yeah.
release mechanism thing
I mean,
that all
sorta
comes from
like
the back.
if you
But it
have the
also
ultra-
looks like
the
he still has a
ultra-class-
head rotation.
The ultra class clobber, I think it's sort of like that, like how the ultra
Yeah.
classes are getting the armor that.
The thing
flips
is,
out from
it
inside
also
their
looks
backpack.
like he has a head rotation. So is it possible that it's just a new head?
I was about
Because
to
he's got
say,
like
yeah.
a visor instead of the eyes.
Yeah, it's probably
Maybe the head just like flips in,
yes.
or maybe it might also just be on like on the underside of that panel. It just the whole thing flips around, and that's where the new head comes from.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh,
my
the
theory
sword
right
sheaths
now.
inside the shield. I like that. I like that
Yeah.
a lot. I'm probably gonna get this Optimus. It also kind of looks like it might have ankle tilts. I don't know about that. I think it might.
looks like
it might be just like the ankles are sculpted on angles, but it looks like there could be a hinge. In which case, I'd be very happy with that. Yeah, so and then there's also the $25 price point, which has Bumblebee, um, one of the new characters, Meteor Fire, who I'm very excited for. He doesn't look quite the same as his character design sheet that we've seen, but he looks close, and I still like it a lot, so I'm definitely going to get him.
Is he not different? Is he different at all from who was the toy only character from the first year? Stormshot, was that his name?
Stormshot, yeah.
Is this not just a redeco of Stormshot?
That's exactly what I said. This is like Stormshot 2.
No, he's not. Like, they do not share any. They are. They're similar in
but
idea, but they are not actually
All right.
the same at all.
You now have my full attention. I am back from doing what I had to do for work.
We're talking about Meteor Fire, one of the new characters.
Oh, nice.
Then,
I'm scrolling down this page. For some reason, the images are just like super large on desktop. I don't know why.
Huh. There's the Bumblebee, which also looks fine. I like his normal face is very worried. Some Meteor Fire, and then Wild Wheel, who I did not realize was an Autobot. When they revealed the character design, I kind of thought it was a Decepticon. But
he doesn't turn into a tumbleweed, and that's the biggest disappointment.
He's a cowboy.
Look.
Definitely going to get this toy. It's not
for sure.
It's not the most accurate, but it's still a toy of this character.
He doesn't have the whole poncho and stuff. It's kind of disappointing, but I'll get it. And if they make another version, I'll get it.
Yeah, I really hope that they make more of the new characters. Which who's the new character that we haven't seen a toy of?
Iaconus.
Iaconus, yeah. Which is he a Titan?
Yeah.
He looks like a Titan, but I'm like
because I know we had a leaked listing that suggested there is a character called Iaconus that is at a $50 price point and may or may not have been claimed as a Titan.
Okay.
May or may not have been claimed.
But I mean, just straight up looking at the design, that feels like a lot of buildings on it.
Yeah, it does look like it. It is.
Also, it makes sense because, Iaconus.
Yep.
They just love throwing us at the end of words to make them sound even more important, don't they?
Basically. There's also a Starscream and a Megatron at this price point. Starscream is by far my least favorite, I gotta say.
What's with his head?
And those two are Wave 2, the article I remember specifically called out.
Yeah, the Starscream...
It looks like Starscream's old mode has a tail.
Yeah,
kind of,
that's
which I find funny.
I mean, his weapons are like his armor, his helmet has giant ears. His weapons are like claws. There's clearly a tail. I'm very confused by it.
It's steel jaw armor.
It basically is.
Yeah, Starscream steel jaw, and Megatron is Galvatron for some reason.
Yeah, Megatron gives me major Transformers Prime, Predacons Rising Megatron, which is basically Galvatron. In terms of the chest and the head, which I mean the head crest though is obviously that design was inspired by Galvatron, whereas this is even more Galvatron-y.
No, but yeah, you're right. That chest though does evoke whatever nonsense was going on with his chest in Predacons Rising.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that before.
Giant spikes.
And he's got a scythe.
Yeah.
Which he did.
So I think I will get Megatron probably, just because I really do. I think Megatron's had pretty decent toys. I will say his chest looks a bit weird. The uncovered chest, not the armor, his actual chest.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like it's just clear plastic behind the light. I'm a little confused by the detailing on it.
No, I think that's exactly what that is.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I at least think I'll get him. Are you guys interested? I mean, I think a lot of us are interested in Wild Wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued. I wouldn't say it's a definite buy for me just yet, but just because I think I'd rather wait for something a bit more accurate.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that these toys look fun, and also I'm not gonna lie, I am a little excited to see electronics return, just for kids too, not really for me.
When was the last time we had electronics in a Transformer?
It was last night. The last night had them with that Allspark cube thingy.
Yep, that's right. With what's his name? The giant dragon, right?
Well, yeah, Dragonstorm had it, but then there were also smaller ones
Yeah,
that
I was
were.
going to say there was a line that specifically,
Ow.
like, you could put the Allspark in their chest and stuff.
I didn't really buy that, man.
Oh,
Put the
yeah,
cube
I
in my
didn't-
chest.
I
No,
didn't buy any
that
of
one.
those either, but
Me
like,
neither.
that's the last time it was done, at least. Which
Did you
was,
guys?
How many years ago? That was 2017, right? So 3 years
So
ago.
3.
Now.
Did
So, yeah,
I-
it's been a bit.
So it's not
Did you
been.
guys see the meme where, and this has to do with like the chess thing, where it's the Bernie meme, but it's edited to be Optimus, and he says, "I am approaching you once again to ask you to put the cube in my chest."
Yes, I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that. I love that. But yeah, I don't know. I like these, but I will say I'm more excited by the actual character designs for the shows that were released. Which,
Mhm.
if we want to move on to that, the next article,
Yes.
which one of those is Hammerbite. I haven't. I need to watch all of season 2. Do we have any? Is Hammerbite related to Skybite?
He has not. All of these new characters have not shown up in season 2.
Okay.
Presumably, they will all show up in
I
season
haven't
3.
watched season 2 yet. I have to.
I need to, because honestly, the show is actually good.
Yeah.
It is.
So I really do need to get on that. The toy for. Oh, I didn't realize there was a toy for Hammerbite.
Yeah, they showed off Hammerbite and Thunderhowl
Wait,
along.
what class? Like what? What is?
I think they're
Hammerbite?
both
They look deluxe.
Hammerbite
How?
might be one of the armor price points.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact he has that flip gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's probably one of the
Armor.
the
Yeah, that's what I was about to
armor
say.
price points.
But he looks more
Thunderhowl
articulated.
actually at first I was gonna say Thunderhowl is
He's the deluxe.
yeah, at first I thought he was a warrior, but no, he's got a blast effect, so he's a deluxe.
Yep. I mean, he's the
That's-
last deluxe which we all kind of just thought that he was going to be a Decepticon.
Mm.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Unless he has some
There's
sort of
two Decepticons.
faceplate or whatnot. He's not based off of the render.
Yeah, he's
from
not
his,
accurate. He's pretty different.
He's not accurate. That's
I'm guessing that
Okay.
it's. I mean, he doesn't have the cape either, which kind of bothers me. And the whole secondary colors is changed from the like.
No,
brighter
all
blue
his
to
colors are
gold.
changed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the main color's at least similar, whereas the secondary colors just entirely changed from blue to gold. It's just
and
like,
then the red on his hip armor is
Yeah.
supposed to be that
it's
same.
supposed to be
I
the
mean,
dark
even
red from the cape.
no, the at least based off of this render, all of his like green is supposed to be, if not darker, more like blue.
Yeah, it's at least close. That's the closest color.
No, this toy's garbage.
off.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, the toy looks good. It just
No,
doesn't look.
throw it out. It's not accurate.
It
throw it
still
out.
looks good. It just doesn't look the
Just
same.
call it Cybertron Snarl and have it.
Throw it out.
And then we have the actual character designs for the show of Meteor Fire, Wild Wheel, and Iaconus. Is it Iaconus or Iaconus? I don't know. Iaconus?
Megatronus,
Iaconus.
Primus,
See, that's the
Iaconus.
thing. It's like it's Iacon, but everything is always Onus.
based on season 3 so far, doesn't matter. They're not going to pronounce anything right.
Is it like the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie where it's like Ong?
Okay.
So- Soka.
Cybertron.
If you have not been paying attention to the Cyberverse toy line up through this year, and or you're just very you don't want to know anything that happens in season 3, skip ahead. Maybe a good 5 minutes because this might generate discussion.
I mean, it is a
Um,
toy-related spoiler, though. So
I am going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quintessence.
You mean quintessons?
That's how they pronounce it in the show.
Yes.
What?
Quintessence.
Everyone pronounces it quintessence.
Oh God.
Granted,
Is it?
so far, at least from how far I've gotten, it's only Hot Rod who's saying it, so he might just be saying it wrong.
Nope.
Ugh.
No. It's it.
Oh no.
Just Perceptors say it wrong. Spoiler. Perceptors in the show.
Uh,
Well,
But
we're
wait,
already in the
Quint-
spoiler section, so I think we're fine.
Wait, but quintessence is an actual word.
Yeah, but that's not.
It sounds
No,
like
but, like,
quintessence, but
It's still quintessence, but
I know.
but
pronounced
it's
quintessence.
pronounced quintessence.
Ew, ew. I don't like that. Also, I mean,
Gross.
we also have images in here for toys that I've seen in retail, like the Megatron, the Warrior class Megatron and Bumblebee. They're
Yeah,
remolded, right? It's the same toy, they're just
yeah.
remolded with Cybertronian modes.
Yeah.
Think so, but yeah, Megatron and B are out. The B I have been referring to as Blockbuster Bumblebee because his
His
arm
forearms really
tampos look like
it.
the Blockbuster logo.
Blockbuster.
Honestly, if I
forearms.
get that figure, I'm gonna put the Blockbuster logo on the arms.
I actually
Kind
kind of the
of
car
line.
mode, the Cybertronian car mode is not good, but I still kind of like it. I don't know why.
And then there's also an Optimus Prime who
Looks very Orion Paxy. Like
Yes.
the alt mode, the axe, the lack of faceplate. It's very Orion Paxy. I like
and
it.
then Starscream who looks like he's based off of some sort of like
Some sort of old video game jet.
yeah. As we
It's
It looks-
oh god, I forgot the game.
I know. I same. Oh,
there's a
Those are
Yu-Gi-Oh
the-
card based off of it. That's all I know.
it really bothers me because I think I should know it. I do.
I summoned
do-
Starscream in attack mode.
I dig the actual alt mode of him in the show. It's sick. But yeah,
I
I
like-
can't think of what it's from.
I
It's
like
been
the
so long
fact
since I
that-
watched the show.
I like the fact that his robot mode pretty much looks identical to his like Earth mode, essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the alt mode's just entirely different.
He's the only one who pulls off the More Than Meets the Eye Part 1 Cybertronian mode
The last
aesthetic.
like the last thing I remember from the show is like Cheetor showing up and like Starscream just getting murdered. Like those are the last two things I remember. That's how long it's been since
A lot of this stuff happens, and basically the opening of season 3, almost like in parts, it feels like, oh, this is how season 2 should have ended. But at the same time, to go from like the wrapping up season 2's story straight into the real story of season 3, it's such a like. It's really good the way they do it because it throws back to some others. It in a way throws back to a previous series that I won't get into. That's really fun. Someone might be able to dig into what I just said.
I'm kind of making guesses now, but I
Mhm.
I didn't hear what he said.
don't.
Talking about Miguel.
What happened?
I think I understand what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah.
I've watched all of the first 8 episodes. So.
Like the way episode 6 starts. At first, I was just like, I feel like I'm watching a different show, but in a good way.
Wait, which season?
Season 3.
3.
Oh, yeah, I'm only
Yeah,
on season 2.
I wouldn't say
I still
show,
never watched
Miguel.
it.
I need to actually start
They-
watching Cyberverse.
Have you
All
not
I'm
watched
saying-
any of it?
I've seen a few episodes.
Like
It's
legit,
honestly good.
the last thing I remember is Starscream getting yeeted, and I was like taken aback by how brutal that episode was.
Yeah, Starscream
Like-
got murdered.
Like Megatron, like just beats him down and chases him, and then throws his body off the ship, and I'm like, what?
This
Yeah.
is a kids show.
Like,
Yay.
and there's not even music. It's just like silence with grunting and punching, and I'm like, oh my god! And everyone's just watching.
You know what I just
half the
realized,
episode is Megatron just wailing the crap out of Starscream.
Yeah.
we had the perfect segue whenever we were like, "Oh, Starscream's alt mode is since he was the last one on that article is totally a video game thing." And you know what the next
We'll
one
just
is?
edit out everything else, and then you can just go into the segue.
It's
Nope, no segues. This show does not exist to have
it's
segues.
Tiger's Retro LCD hand.
Segues are for walking on.
Yeah,
And-
basically, old video games are coming back. So Tiger's Retro LCD hand games are making a comeback. There's Sonic 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. There is X-Men.
Project X,
Yeah,
TF
Project X.
Generation 2, and
And
The
then-
Little Mermaid are the ones announced right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Transformers Generation 2. They are $15 each, I believe. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'll pick up the Transformers one and maybe the X-Men one.
Yeah, I may even get the Sonic one.
Like, it's so weird to see this coming back because this is something I never thought I would ever read in my lifetime. like ever. I never
Yeah,
thought like
I
of
never
all the things to
expected
come
to
back.
own this.
Like of all the things to come back, it's the Tiger LCD games. Like
Hmm.
I'm amazed.
I'm very excited for the Transformers one.
It's Transformers G2. How could you not love it?
Exactly.
Well, it's a Transformers video game. We have been starving for that.
We've been starving so much. We're willing to accept a Tiger
yeah, it's like,
LCD.
I'll take this. I'll take it.
it.
Not the Fall of Cybertron sequel I wanted, but I will take
Activision's gonna buy the license and ruin it somehow.
Yay!
They're gonna add microtransactions to the Tiger LCD.
I'm still so mad that we were so close to getting Nova Prime like as a character in a video game, and then that video game didn't happen.
Because Devastation did poorly.
I know why it didn't happen. I'm just saying that it's like we got the setup for it, and it's like holy crap, Nova Prime, and then we don't get it. But anyways,
the greatest thing that happened in that game, and I just want to say, is when they put it for free on PlayStation Plus for that month. That was the best thing that ever happened in that game because people who have never played it, and they were like, "Wow, this is actually good," and then nothing came of it.
It's fun. But yeah, definitely gonna get this. I'm just curious, is anyone not gonna get this?
No.
How much is it? I don't remember.
It's $15.
I might not.
Really?
I have no money.
I mean, it doesn't come out for like. When do these come out?
Not for a while.
Yeah,
They just went up for pre-order on GameStop like today.
Yeah, and I don't.
Maybe then. I don't know.
think the GameStop has even like a release date.
Yeah. I think
No, it
it's just
says
like.
to be determined.
Yeah, it's like. Oh yeah, I had the implication that like sometime this year, but I don't think that's even been said. I think that's just me assuming. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe then if I get money
if
in
I
time,
had to take a guess, it'll probably still be this year.
I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, I am super excited by that though. Totally random, but totally exciting. Now let's move on to something that is less, a little more controversial in terms of how people are taking this news. Let's talk about the non-controversial.
Oh boy!
Let's talk about the non-controversial ones first.
Oh, yeah.
IDW. So there's 3 new Flame Toys model kits, one of which we've already seen art. Have we seen art for all of them, or is it just?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
We have. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. I remembered Hot Rod and I remembered Windblade, but I didn't remember Primal. But yeah, so
Primal-
I don't think Primal. I think came out. Did we see Primal before?
Primal, Lio Convoy, and Big Convoy were all shown together.
that's right. I totally.
They were all shown as line art. All of
Yeah.
these were shown. Rodimus might have been a silhouette. I don't remember if Rodimus was actually full on line art, but everyone else, including Windblade, Windblade was colored though.
Yeah,
it
Windblade
was colored.
was full-on colored art.
Yeah.
Thick
Daddy Primal.
Will get Rodimus. I mean, Rodimus looks super awesome. Primal looks so awesome. I really want Primal. I kind of hope that his fur is black because I think that would work even better for that look. If they don't.
Just to clarify for the listeners, Primal is Season 1 Beast Wars Optimus Primal stylized by oh god, is it Akira Memiya from Studio Trigger? It's from Studio Trigger. I just don't remember if that is the designer. But so it follows sort of in the footsteps of the Devastator and the first Optimus Prime that were released in Furry model.
The attack mode.
Yeah.
Yes,
Which was an awful model kit, by the way.
Yes, but they've improved in quality since, so I have better.
They've
hopes for
gotten
this
better. I will say probably the better ones are the IDW inspired ones, like this Hot Rod. The Hot Rod is more than meets the eye Hot Rod. And then Windblade, at some point I probably remembered which designer would design this Windblade design, but it's the sort of like sexy Windblade
Yeah.
design.
That was a long pause.
I was going through a lot.
I was very tempted to just say no and leave it at that.
Yeah. But,
So Primal, I'm definitely gonna get. Hot Rodimus, I will get if they do. I say if, but it's more like when they do it in Lost Light colors, or like the dark colors. I'm sure they'll re.
I might get Primal. The thing is, like, I've had a Gunbuster model kit half built for the past month and a half.
Yeah,
and I haven't gotten a
model
chance
kits
to finish it, so I'm just gonna
model kits
wait.
just aren't my thing. Okay, but yeah, so Windblade is very much sexy Windblade.
No.
I
Not a
know
fan.
people who are gonna get it, and like I'm not gonna hate on anyone for getting it, like to each their own. But it's just not my thing. I think it's in poor taste personally.
I think it's
It's the
by-
only
oh,
it's the
so
only Flame
design.
Toys model kit that I actively don't want.
It's just like it's just odd.
It's
Like it's out of place, and that's really what it is. And it also looks like one of the worst of the kits to build.
oh god, yeah. I think it definitely
That'll be-
looks like the worst.
Those
Not only
those-
will it be a nightmare to put together, I don't. It looks less like a robot and more just like a woman wearing a bunch of metal.
Yeah.
I think it's also going to have a lot of trouble standing.
well.
That's why it has the
I was
stand.
gonna say
Yeah,
that's-
it's the only
it
one
has a
of the
stand.
biggest we've seen with a stand.
Yeah.
So
that's
Because-
why they
It comes
took-
with the
and
Because
then
she's
they
wearing big
basically-
heels.
And they basically
is-
took out her wings for that too.
that is assuming she comes with the stand, though I think she will.
I don't know. Yeah.
You got no way.
I think,
Okay.
I think she will.
What's
It says
weirder?
it's
I'm
Flame
looking
Toys
at a
on the bottom.
picture where you can see her hand. It
Yeah.
looks like she's got like what is it? I don't know what it's called. The thing in your hand, just the lines where they fold. What are those?
Yeah, they. I don't know what they're
Like
called, but
the lines in your palm.
That's
yeah,
because,
your
She has palm
palm
lines.
line.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
because her hands are single pieces, so they can get away with that. I've seen other model kits do it, not just like ones of females. But it's usually if the hands are one piece, or on
Yeah,
a bigger
but
model.
she's a robot. Why does she have palm lines if she's a robot?
That's not palm lines. They're just like
I don't
flex
know.
spots. It lets you close your hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I
I've
think-
seen
Yeah.
I've seen
It
Transformers drawn
doesn't-
with them before.
That is.
I think to his point is the fact that they're very much designed as if like the same as like human hands versus like
They look like
TF1.
a human woman who's wearing a bunch of metal.
I
Yeah.
got
Not
it.
even as like cool armor, just as like if the metal was her skin.
yeah.
The hands are the least of the issue.
I would.
like-
agree, I would agree with that.
Like,
Yeah.
No,
they
the
are
hand-
the least
they're
of the issue.
Easily, they're not the biggest issue. It's just a weird little detail that I caught, and it
Let-
both
let-
confuses and
let's have-
upsets me.
Let's let Zeus have his very interesting fixation on the fact that she's got like realistic human hands. That's I
Yes.
feel like
Yeah, that's the most.
My
human-like thing.
least-
That's definitely the biggest issue.
My least favorite part of these three model kits, of like all the model kits that have come out, like Rodimus and Primal are some of the best looking of the ones that have come out, but panel lining them, good lord, would be awful. And like for anyone that doesn't know what panel lining is, that's where you take the marker and you draw the black lines in them to make it look like they're like from the cartoon or whatever.
well,
Like
no, see that's where you wait for them to release the one that's double the price that they paint themselves because they're doing that too.
yeah, they are. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can buy. I think right now the only one they have listed is the IDW Optimus, but you can pay like $80 and you get one that's pre-painted and pre-built.
Oh
That's
my god.
Like the
crap.
Kotobukiya
Oh,
stuff.
crap. I would totally take that.
Does Kotobukiya do that? Where they?
A lot of they do have, like, they call them pre-painted model kits, even though they're just like statues you put together.
Okay, no. These are basically they take the same. I think they're a smaller run, but they'll take the model kits that you could otherwise pay half the price to just build yourself, and it's like, oh, here's one that's already built and painted,
That's
like
cool.
lightly. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, I looked at the fourth picture.
That was your mistake.
Why does Windblade have an ass?
But I would imagine that would have been the thing that you saw everywhere because that was one of the
All
biggest
I'm
pieces.
saying is though,
I
The
saw
beast-
that at like 6:30 a.m. on like a cup of coffee when I was still waking up.
all I'm saying is the Beast Wars characters have the best asses in Transformers, and that's undeniable.
You're not
Moving
wrong,
on.
but like, why did they give Windblade an ass?
There's a lot of questions here, and I don't think we're ever going to get the answers to them, or at
No.
least not ones that we could just infer. But let's move
We've
along.
had our theories,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
I don't know if we should talk about this next one because I don't know what there's to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just mention the fact that like Entertainment One is set to produce movie and TV content.
well, I put that on there
sort of
because
stuff.
of the TV shows they've made. They made like for their kids shows, they made like Peppa Pig and stuff like that. So that could give a clue as to like the type of show they might be
So
making.
it could be like a
Okay.
Bots type thing.
That was my
Yeah.
that was my one question. Is like, do we know? Okay, Peppa Pig.
That's
so
why.
Peppa-
That's why I put it on there. Like, so it gives us an idea of like
Okay.
Peppa,
Like what potential
Peppa,
shows they could be making, like what
Peppa
dynamic.
Pig versus the Transformers. Cool.
Oh yeah, the crossover we've all been.
I'd be
waiting
into
for.
it.
Apparently, the voice actor who's been playing Peppa Pig for the past
Most ambitious crossover of all time.
It's like
So-
Zeus and Aaron have to occupy the same space.
But the thing is, I always have something more interesting to say.
I'll leave that to the audience to decide.
Yep, it's up to them.
So
Or
the next
Eric.
two go together. The two Twitter links I put go together.
Yeah, so it's the what are they called?
Nendoroids. They're made by
which we've known that these were coming, but this is
We
the first
didn't
we're seeing them,
see-
right?
yeah. This is the first we're seeing like actual physical like forms of them.
Yeah, Bumblebee and Optimus. They're cute. I'm not.
I
gonna
think they
get
look
them,
good.
but they're.
I
They
might-
showed
Are
these-
they from the Bumblebee movie?
Yes. They showed these.
Yeah,
at,
that's what I thought. I only saw the Optimus.
Wait, they showed
They
them.
showed.
They
showed
showed
these
them.
at Wonderfest. They showed these at Wonderfest.
I didn't know they showed physical versions. I just thought they
Right.
were announced.
Yeah, no, they showed these at Wonderfest
They're-
along with, which we haven't really talked about either, as I remember now. Masterpiece Tigatron and Masterpiece
Oh
RC.
yeah, we have to talk about those, don't we?
I mean,
Oh,
we could
yeah.
we could talk. I mean, I think at this point, a lot of us have probably said our piece either on Twitter or
They're
in
too
our,
expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tigatron's not too expensive for me, but
No,
Tigatron looks
I mean,
really nice,
I would
but
like
I
it if
can't
he was.
afford
I
that.
would like it if he was cheaper, but I will pay that price for
Isn't
him.
he
I'm
like
not gonna
230 or something?
Tigatron's 230. RC
Yeah.
is about 150.
Why are the ones I want so expensive?
argue. Yeah, I'll pay it though, because Tigatron's Tigatron. Anyways, do we want to talk about? Do we want to move into Rumor Town?
Yeah.
I love Rumor Town.
Slash listings that have popped up.
Right, which I put that just because people are always like, it's rumored. It's like, yeah, it's rumored because someone pulled up the listings on one of those like phones that the Target employees have. But yeah, it's a
Yeah.
rumor.
It's like it's an official listing.
Technically-
It's just not announced.
It's a rumor.
What are the
I mean,
Earth
you don't know. It could have been canceled and could have gotten into the system incorrectly.
hashtag?
True.
The Walgreens wreck car that took how many years to come out?
50 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
So yeah, for Earthrise, which I think we've either talked about or other people have talked about them before.
We've talked about them.
This is like the third confirmation. We're getting an RC. We're getting a Quintesson, Alicon. We're gonna see them if not on Friday, we're gonna see them on Saturday.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, and did we ever get any kind of confirmation that the Quintessa listing was wrong or right? I can't remember.
The sort of like theorizing behind that is that it was probably a shortened version of the Quintesson Alicon. It was Quintess A. So
Yeah, that's what I remember hearing, but I couldn't remember if there was ever another listing that said we were getting a Quintessa.
no, I
So I
think
just
it's,
wanted to make sure I was up to date.
The
it's pretty
story
much
for this toy line is so weird.
it's something that has been poorly communicated since the beginning. The idea of this toy line is basically a bunch of the stops along the way during the Transformers War and where they've set up battlefields. That's the point of this toy line.
So it's the Exodus book.
Kind of.
Kind of.
It's
But
basically
also Transformers Prime because they're also
Yeah.
doing Earth too. So
it's
like
Exodus up to the opening three-parter of More Than Meets the Eye. Like or
Yeah.
the More Than Meets the Eye opening three-parter for the Generation 1 cartoon.
God,
Yes.
this is so weird because they all have Earth modes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if they
Very
sent the
weird.
Sky Spy ahead of them to scan Earth modes, but
And
along
the-
the way they just kept stopping to
At
other
places.
planets.
We still haven't seen the cartoon anything for the cartoon for this either.
That's
No.
You're
true.
talking about the Netflix show for
Yeah, which we have
Yeah.
no idea when it's coming out. Like,
2020.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what
gonna
they
say,
said.
2020.
this
There's
year.
still a lot of 2020 left.
Yeah, exactly.
there is still a
So-
lot of 2020
We
left.
still have like most of 2020, you might say.
One thing though, going back to the RC and the Quintus and the Alicon, the Alicon based on this because these I'm pretty sure these listings are coming from Amazon UK. The Quintesson Alicon will come with a Lance accessory and RC, and I think this one's a bit more interesting. She has a backpack that can be removed and used as a hoverboard.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
just
forgot
for
about
alt
that.
mode is a backpack then.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
just
forgot
for
about
alt
that.
mode is a backpack then.
I guess, or at least,
Yeah.
or which I think might be closer. The all the card kibble that otherwise would give her an inaccurate robot mode will be removable and then turn into a hoverboard, so she'll have a pretty G1 cartoon accurate robot mode, and not have like a huge backpack like the masterpiece and the Generation Story have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
You
Or
weren't
door
allowed
number
to, you know.
3. Or door number 3. It's a repack of the Titans Return RC, which is
No.
what I want, but I know will never happen.
Oh, no.
Why? Is it expensive to get?
Yeah.
It is?
Last I checked,
Would you be okay to have a body with no head?
I like the head.
Because I can get you a body.
You could find
What is happening?
a Shapeways
I
RC
could.
face and get
Hold
it
on, let me
done.
check.
Actually, no. Even further, would you be okay with a body, the head where the head's robot or the like exosuit mode is Daniel from that set, but the face is Japanese Cerebros?
I wouldn't be against it. Yeah, right now I'm looking. The lowest one is a $26 auction, but that still has 4 days left on. And then the next lowest is a $52 auction. So it's it ain't cheap.
I feel like it's possible that will drop a bit if this turns out to be true, which I'd be surprised
And
if
a
it
good
did.
figure.
More like when, yeah.
I mean, yes and no, only because like
It
that's
is-
Headmaster
Yeah, I was gonna
RC
say
from
it is
Hascon.
different, but
Yeah.
So people would probably be like, "Oh, it's the only Hascon exclusive." Ah,
Hey, there was Grotesque.
So
That was
Yeah,
New York Comic Con.
I have a question. What's been happening with like the universe map? Have people started piecing that together now that Earthrise has been hitting the shelves?
yeah,
Check my
basically
Twitter.
it's like you can cut apart. Yeah, you know what? Just listen to Miguel.
if you check my Twitter, there is a high-res scan of the map for the entirety of Wave 1, and follow that person, and you surely will get the entire map for the entire line
Mhm.
by the end of it without having to buy a figure, cut up your packaging. I forget the person's Twitter. Actually, someone fill the air. I'm gonna find this person's Twitter.
It's at Ikadkarf, Ikkadkarf. I just found it on your.
Follow
thing.
that person, and you can get high-res scans. That person is a saint.
Have they translated any of it, like with the red decoder?
There's a version floating around with the decoded thing, and at the same time, if you just look near all of like the points on the map, you can pretty much read all of the writing. It's not that
Gotcha.
hard,
What was that Twitter?
unless you're
account?
colorblind. In that case, a red-green colorblind
Um,
would have a hell of a time.
I'm gonna send it to the group chat right now.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I can see it. Like Junkion, Antilla.
They all converge on Junkion, which is right in the middle for some reason. I don't know if that's important.
Well, that was a major part of. Was it the Exodus? It was the Exodus book, right, or the one after it, where they
I
got
don't
stranded.
know.
On
Well, actually, no,
Junkion.
you're right. You're right.
That's where everyone converged, like in the middle of the book, and where the climax of the book happened when they
right,
found
'cause
out
that's
that.
where the Requiem Blaster was.
Yep, and it
That'd
tore
be
Junkion
nuts.
apart, and they found out that Hound wasn't Hound. He was actually
The shapeshifter one, yeah.
who was it? Who was the shapeshifter?
Makeshift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's at least nice to know that I won't have to buy the.
What?
I was gonna say. Okay, I was gonna say, did I cut out or did Zeus cut out?
I
Zeus cut out.
thought my internet died.
It's just interesting to see because there's no way to really tell like which direction each thing is going. If there's a direction for it, if they all just connect. Like that's the interesting part, and I'm interested to see if we have Junkion characters by the end of the line, then, or if that's going to be part of the next
We
line.
need Junkion weaponizers.
At
Anyways,
the very least, it's something like with Siege, and I'll try to wrap this up. With Siege gave us kind of, at least currently, a canonical map of Cybertron.
Yeah.
So now we're getting a canonical listing of colony worlds or worlds that were great, or worlds and places in space greatly impacted by the Cybertronian Civil War.
Yeah. The Antilla one is what, like, and I don't mean to get off topic with this. I just want to say Antilla's the one that really interests me because of its what it was in the original cartoon and stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, the next listings we have are for studio series, some of which we've known are coming. I mean, some were like previously, like Skipjack has already been officially mentioned, just not. And I think, and we've seen a picture of Skipjack in Lego.
Not mentioned, but shown.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it was shown.
That's
as
who's shown in
Who's
like
Lego mode,
Skipjack?
which is
he's the yellow Rampage.
Yellow Rampage. Curious if it'll have a different head or not. Guessing not.
I'm looking this up. I have no idea what this looks like. Skipjack.
It's
Oh,
literally
okay.
Yellow
He's Rampage, but yellow.
I forgot what Rampage looked like. Okay.
Okay, well, no.
He looks like a jackhammer with tread width.
And then Voyager Blitzwing has been listed before, but here we go. There again, also Sentinel Prime, who we have now seen a picture of in packaging. Topspin. So, who's the record that we already had revealed?
Roadbuster.
Roadbuster.
Yeah, Roadbuster. Okay, so we still need Leadfoot then. Is the
Yes.
is the third one that we are.
No, and Volleybot.
Because we have Topspin. Wait, what?
You need Volleybot.
Oh yeah, from Age of Extinction.
We need Topspin
No.
with Leadfoot's head.
No, the last night. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
in Cuba.
You're drinking mojitos and playing volleyball in Cuba.
Do you ever think they'll make
Yeah.
Canopy?
Canopy will be the last figure in the line.
Canopy and
No, Day Trader's going to be the last figure in the line.
Oh,
No,
God.
because
Day-
they at least know what Day Trader's alternate mode is.
Day
Canopy's
Trader
just
will
gonna be
be.
a
We do?
Yeah, you see him. He rolls up to the Autobot place in alt mode before he turns into robot mode.
Correct. He's just covered in junk.
I
so
do
it's hard to
not
tell.
remember that movie.
Also, apparently,
I mean,
Most
I
people
don't blame
don't.
you.
apparently we're also getting deluxe Bumblebee movie Cliff Jumper, and also Revenge of the Fallen Soundwave, or the other
Does he
Revenge
come
of the
sliced in
Fallen.
half?
Revenge of the Fallen.
Revenge of the Fallen Foundwave.
I'm very curious to see what Soundwave looks like.
Yes.
He's probably the one I'm most curious about. Whereas Cliff Jumper, I've seen several people jumping to the conclusion they're like, oh, it's going to be a repaint of one of the other Bumblebee movie figures. I don't think so. I think it's a pre-tool. I'm pretty sure they're going to do the I think they're going to do Cliff Jumper accurately.
Cybertron mode
Yeah, and it's
Bumblebee.
going to be Cybertron mode Bumblebee, who will come out from it later. But I've seen so many people just being like, nope, it's going to be it's going to be the Bug, or like the Jeep Bumblebee toy released in red, and I'm like, I don't think so.
It
Like,
It's possible, but unlikely.
It is possible, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is pre-tool.
might be. If anything, it might share some parts or stuff with the Jeep one. I don't see them reusing the Bug.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
It doesn't make.
Only
That
way-
wouldn't
Could
make
share
sense.
some engineering.
the only way I could see it being this Cliff Jumper being related to the Bug is if they had the time since the first Bug came out to be like, okay, let's do this toy, but screen accurate and good, and release that first. But I do think the higher likelihood would be Cybertron mode.
Yeah, Cybertron mode is
I'm
what
still
thinking.
amazed at the love Cliff Jumper's suddenly getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cliff Jumper.
He was one of the 86, 84 guys. How can
One of the 86, 84 guys.
86, 84, my favorite year.
84 guys survived the movie?
I think that might be the episode title.
The 86, 84 guys.
No, 86, 84, my favorite year.
Oh.
It was the year 86, 84.
So
It's 86, 84.
let's talk about our last thing, which is it's more leaks. Which, I mean, technically the Sentinel Prime was a leak because we've also seen the packaging shot of that got leaked.
I forgot. When I was putting this together, I forgot that we saw pictures of Sentinel, but I digress. Is Jared still here?
Yeah.
Okay, you haven't spoken in a while, so I got concerned.
We worry about you, Jared. Okay, so for this we have the leaked sheet, which has 2 new Battle Masters, right? Which this is art, not actual toys, right?
Right. So we have the mix of stuff here. The like you have art for the Battle Masters.
Yeah.
You have images lifted from the TF Wiki of their G1 figures for the Micromasters.
Yeah.
Yep.
An early render of Ironworks, along with a render from the Earth Wars game of Wheels.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, what?
Yep. But
And then
toys,
actual-
presumably, of Skylinks
Skyling
and
and
Scorponok.
Scorponok.
how did you forget Skylinks' name?
He's Skylinks.
I
He
almost
never
said-
lets you
I-
forget his name.
I almost said Skyrain.
I thought you were gonna say Skybite.
No, not quite.
Skyrain, I can
That's
forget.
not him.
So yeah, Commander class Sky Lynx, you almost tripped me up. And
Who now
Titan
has a
class
base mode.
Scorponok, right? Yeah, he's got the
Launch
combined
pad.
Lynx. He's got the combined Lynx and Dino Bird, like
His
Um,
Skylinks mode.
yeah, his Sky Lynx
He's
mode, his
Dino Bird.
combined shuttle mode, and then a launch pad with the shuttle base mode thing.
Yeah, technically we don't know right now if he could split apart into the bird and the Lynx, but he
I
definitely.
mean,
I believe you mean the sky in the link.
you can see at least one of the details in the base mode.
Mhm.
It looks
Like-
like there's a panel that could open up and be his head.
Also,
Well, not
straight up,
even
there's
that.
his tail.
He's got two copies of his Lynx tail there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some people are going crazy saying that Scorponok is in Omega Supreme retool, which I don't know how you're getting that from that picture, but
Huh?
yes, some
Well,
people
no.
are insisting.
Well, it's every toy where you can just lay it on its back, flip its arms over its head, and then fold its legs like that is an Omega Supreme retool. Obviously.
It's very clearly a retool of Metroplex. I don't know what you all are on about.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed because I saw the Headmaster, which is really like a double Zarek Master, right? Like it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
both
It's
times.
Zarek,
Yeah.
Zarak, and Scorponok.
So
Um,
yeah, one's based off of the Headmaster's cartoon model, and the other one's based off of the Rebirth model. I think the smaller
I'm
head's
just-
the Rebirth one.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I'm a little disappointed that he's not just a tiny head with a big helmet. That's what I want.
I was disappointed because I thought that was Fast Track standing by the city mode at first, and I got really excited. I
We
was like,
have
oh my
we
God,
have we
what?
have we not only have listings of Fast Track being in the main line, there's
Yeah.
also at least this one less confirmed list that Black Zarek's Fast Track troop builder, if I remember right,
Yeah.
is also is going to be a selects release,
Ooh, I like that.
which
I
might just be them future proofing in the event that Takara does
Yeah.
a selects version of Black Zarek, which would be nuts.
Oh my
Mhm.
God, yeah.
That'd
I
be
like-
insane.
I kind of wish I had not sold my Fort Max, but then I remember Fort Max is just awful.
He looks great on my shelf.
He's the
But
worst.
he's just
he's
awful
the
to
worst.
handle.
He's the worst Titan in terms of
He
being
is
a toy. Yeah.
awful to handle. I got him on sale somewhere, and that's the only reason I got him.
Didn't you get him on sale when Toys R Us was closing?
No, I got him way before that.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Triptychon.
I didn't get Triptychon. I didn't
I-
see Triptychon
I
anywhere.
swear I remember you saying you got something on sale the week before your Toys R Us closed. I thought that
No.
was Fort Max though.
No. I got Thundercracker, I think.
Oh, that was it. That was the one.
The TRU exclusive Thundercracker. That's what I got on sale.
Remember when Miguel saw the Studio Series Thundercracker before it was a thing?
I don't know what that means, but okay.
I saw it
Vaguely.
in person. Monday we saw the images for it online. That Wednesday, my coworker had it on his desk.
That was when we worked at Toys R
Later-
Us, so.
Yeah.
A week later, it was in my house.
So lucky. But
A
yeah,
few days later, I bought a bunch of them at a Toys R Us 2 hours away after Aunt went to that same Toys R Us.
I am super, super pumped to see all this stuff, though, this coming weekend. If so, instead of talking about what we got this week, because we can save that for next episode where
Wow.
we're gonna do the. I mean, if you read the show notes, it said that we might do that. I didn't even write that. Where we're gonna be talking about the end of Siege and the beginning of Earthrise. But I will say the last thing that we can talk about for this episode before we wrap it up is what do you guys want / expect to see as like the exclusive, the what gets dropped? You know what I mean? Like we're probably gonna get a bunch of pre-orders for like Wave 2 and part of Wave 3, but do you think we're gonna get any like selects stuff released?
Yes.
That we can buy
I
right
think
away.
maybe.
Yeah.
If we get selects, I'm trying to think what I would even want.
People
I
were
mean,
saying
there
to make
was-
Spinister into another character. It could be whatever character people were saying about that. I just forgot what character.
Oh yeah, what's his name? What's his name from the Wreckers?
Rotor Storm.
Rotor Storm. That's
Yeah,
right.
Rotor
Rotor Storm. Thank you. That was it. That's the boy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want Rotor Storm out of Spinister, but I wouldn't mind it, I guess.
Yeah.
Earthrise
I
Art
don't
Fire.
not want it.
As
Earth-
long as they just don't make another Selects female figure out of that same goddamn mold, I'll be happy. Just
Earth-
make a new mold, please.
Earthrise Art Fire. That's what I want. That's not what I
That would be
expect,
cool.
but that's what I want. I think
That'd
that'd
be cool.
I think that would be good.
They're gonna do like Selects figures out of the RC mold for this entire line.
We're gonna get what is it? The medical whatever
yeah,
her
they're
name
gonna
is.
do the medical one. They're gonna do like another Nightbird for some reason.
Paradron
I was gonna say medical droid, but I know that's wrong.
Paradron Medic
Paradron
/
Medic.
Lifeline.
Paradron medic. Thank you.
I want a Oh God, what's her name?
Black Arachnia.
Wait. Yeah, I mean, sure, fine, but never mind. I can't remember her name. Minerva. Selects Minerva would be cool out of someone.
That would be fantastic. Okay, my dream though, my absolute dream, is that selects Delta Magnus is a
That'd
thing.
be-
Yes.
That would be my dream come true. I don't
I-
expect that whatsoever, but
I see your Delta Magnus, and I raise you a select Thunderclash
No.
out of Ultra Magnus.
No.
I would prefer Delta Magnus, but I would happily take Thunderclash.
You can Clash his own mold, and then make the selects Machine Wars Optimus.
They should just do like Selects out of like designs that never really saw like release or anything. Like
Toxitron.
Like that Armada Prime.
no, not like things like the like the
Toxitron.
G2 Sandstorm that was gonna be like a tan brown Seeker, like stuff like that. I think would be cool if they used the
Same
Selects
with-
line to make stuff like that.
At the point that they do another G2 Laser Rod Optimus, which they're going to at some point,
They
do a
definitely-
Toxitron, because that's
Yeah.
what Toxitron originally was supposed to be.
yeah, or
Or echo of that toy.
Yeah.
give me a Selects Action Master Thundercracker with the weird neon colors.
Yes. Although that might be difficult because he's also the Shattered Glass Thundercracker now, right?
What? Why is that difficult?
Then you just
Well, I
make
don't
it
know if they. Well, I don't know if
remember what happened.
I don't know how rights work. I was thinking it might be difficult because
No,
maybe
Transformers owns everything.
No, they
Remember
own
what
all
happened?
that.
Remember what happened with
then it wouldn't be difficult. Okay, never mind. I just don't
Rodimus-
understand how copyright works.
Rodimus
apparently.
Unicronus.
Yeah, remember Rodimus Unicronus? He was going to be Shattered Glass Hot Rod, then they changed it at the last second and threw Photoshop on top of it.
Oh yeah, that I did forget about Rodimus Unicronus.
I mean,
Yeah,
That's
they,
my bad.
They
Okay.
did release an SG at MP.
That too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes, I'm remembering all of this now.
Do you think they
That
would
you bring
I
it up.
actually have the Shatterglass Optimus right in my hand right now, so it's kind of funny that
Do you think they would do a Selects Nemesis Prime from Optimus Earthrise?
That's something I'd see Takara doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takara will do it because they always do it. I feel like it would be an exclusive, but
Yeah.
not a select.
Do you think we're going
necessarily.
to get any new Walmart exclusives from Toy Fair this weekend?
I don't think this weekend.
If that Marvel dude is there again, we will.
Yeah.
What? I don't.
There was a guy. I forget what his Twitter handle is, but there's a dude. I don't know if he tweets if he does like content around Marvel or he actually like works for Marvel, but he was at or for Marvel Legends, but he was at Toy Fair and took the first photos we got of the cell shaded figures
that's
along with
right.
Sound Blaster and
yeah.
Blue Streak, and
Blue
it was the
Streak.
only picture that existed.
Yeah, and everyone was just like, "Oh, that might just be mock-ups. That might just be like trying to shop it around." And most of the people, and it's like, "Oh, but you can't really tell that Soundwave's chest is remolded." And I was just like, "Ah." And then at the end of the day,
I finally saw a cel-shaded Megatron in person, along with the 7 blue streaks I saw. It only
What
took
I
like,
really
a
want.
year-
Oh,
The moral of the story is if there's a Walmart exclusive, Aaron's gonna see it, not us.
Is that what's about to happen?
And if you don't sneak,
right?
us
No,
a
because
picture-
you'll be the person to leak it.
That's true. I'll be the one on the show floor there all weekend.
Aaron, you know what you have to do.
Just keep an eye out. I'll keep an eye out.
All right.
what I really want that I know isn't going to happen is I want them to do a select Ghostbusters Optimus out of the Earthrise figure.
That would be kind of cool, though.
That would be
Yeah.
cool, but it's too
That'd be a
close.
GameStop
I mean,
exclusive.
the thing is, like, we just got the Masterpiece Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's not going to happen, but I
Yeah.
want it to happen.
Well, I never got Ectotron, and I wish I did.
Some people
So I
got
have
the Master.
Ectotron.
Do you think it's
I
possible
think-
we'll see any more crossovers? Because didn't they say that, like, that was a test run?
I don't know that they ever said anything, but they, at the very least, the fact that it was given a name, like a line name.
Yeah.
I forget what, like what was Ectotron called? So the fact that it was given,
It was, like, implied that it, like, you know, this could be a thing in the future, not that it necessarily will be a
Do
thing in the
you-
future.
collaborative. That
Do
was
you think
the
we
line.
could see a Power Rangers Transformers crossover at some point?
Power of the Primes,
What?
Dinobots, Megazord.
Oh, I mean, maybe. Maybe as far as the Volcanicus redeco, but
Yeah.
probably I don't. The fact that if they're, I feel like they're very willing to kind of do the mashups with it. I mean, it'd be funny though if like from here on out, all we see now is like mashups with G.I. Joe when people are just like, give us Power Rangers, like, look, more G.I. Joe!
God. That's what always happens, though.
Right, I mean, that's what they've been doing for years. It's always their, like, go-to as far as, like, mashing up two of their properties.
I wouldn't mind like a Hiss Tank Transformer again.
Well,
like
His tank Soundwave.
No, given the fact that they announced the My Little Pony crossover, I'm almost certain we'll see something related to that.
that'll be wild.
Because
Or Stormers.
they sort not, it's not entirely direct, but they do seem to support the tie-in comics with, like, at least
Yeah.
this
In
first year with
some kind of
collaborative.
toy, yeah.
This might sound stupid because I'm just thinking about this. Do you think we could see something with some Predacons coming up? Because I only thought of that because I have the 100-page giant in front of me that came out this past week, and it was just an odd mashup of comics.
I very much suspect that the reason that thing exists is to at the very least put the word Predacon back in the forefront
Yeah.
for some reason. I don't know.
Do you know what's in this?
Wars, Beast Wars, Beast Wars.
Like, have you guys seen the lineup of what's in this book?
I did, and it's weird.
It's, for anyone that doesn't know, it's the Transformers UK number 135 and 136, UK Annual 87, Beast Wars The Gathering number 1, Spotlight Jazz, and the this is how it's described, never before republished Transformers Dawn of the Predacus 2016 BotCon exclusive comic. So that's an odd mashup of things.
I have that comic.
I do too.
I
Emily.
really want them to do Beast Wars in the next part of the War for Cybertron line, and I feel like it could happen if they do the Colony Planets.
Velocitron's on that map, so I'm hoping we see some Velocitron character figures announced or put as selects or anything at this point. Antilla's on there for some godforsaken reason. Junkion's the middle planet. Who knows? We could see Beast Planet. We could see Gigantian. We could see them with their different names. Who knows?
Micronus, not Micronus. The planet Micron and the Dead Universe are also on that map.
The Dead Universe? I didn't even see the Dead
It's on the
Universe.
top. If you're looking at the one that
Yeah, I'm
I
looking at the
tweeted
map.
out, it's at the top right.
Oh, I didn't even
Select
see that.
Nova
I
Prime
was
out
gonna
of
say
Galaxy
Nova
Prime.
Nova Prime and Galvatron, I feel like are two things you could take out of that.
And Micron's an interesting one because we've had continuities where like the Micromasters come from their own plants and the Minicons come from like Gigantian. So it'll be interesting to see because this looks like it's just mashing up a bunch of continuities together.
Right. It's them kind of doing
They're-
a
they're-
sort of evergreen lore. It's like, okay, here
Yeah.
is the base. It's them doing the aligned continuity again, but like it working.
Yeah,
This should have been the map we got when like Exodus came out.
they're basically incorporating the best of everything into G1.
Yeah.
They're like,
That's-
here's
which-
G1, but plus the other stuff.
Which was basically what the aligned continuity was supposed to be, but then Transformers Prime happened,
Yeah, it
Yup.
failed on every front.
and they stuffed it all together. But that's a discussion we've had tons of times, and everyone else has had tons of times.
Correct. But yeah, so I think that we'll probably end it here for this episode. So, as usual, like we said with all the Toy Fair stuff at the beginning, follow Ant at tfu.info and, on YouTube and that kind of stuff. Well, I think it's at TFU_info on Twitter.
Underscore info on Twitter. So TFU underscore info on Twitter, TFU info on YouTube,
Yep.
TFU.info for the website.
And then at TF Radio on Twitter, Radio Free Cybertron on YouTube for the live stream, which I will be on. Also the Radio Free Cybertron Discord, because why not? And then, for our stuff, find it by searching Nerdy Geek Talk wherever you listen to podcasts. And Steel City Bots at Steel City Bots on at Steel City Bots on Twitter, where we will be retweeting everything from Toy Fair. And personally, you can find me at Eric Crowbar on Twitter. John, who isn't here, you can follow at Darth_Forge, just because I feel like mentioning him. Miguel, since you're also Miguel and Aaron, you two can go first since you're also doing Toy Fair coverage. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
Normally, you can find me at Logos Miner on Twitter. This weekend, you can find me at TFU_info. That's pretty much, and then that's pretty much it.
All right, and then you can find me on Twitter at Maroyasha, MAROYASHA, and it's the same on Instagram, where I'll probably post some pictures on there as well, more for like better image dumps, since Twitter only allows 4 at a time. So I guess check out there as well over the weekend potentially. So yeah.
Michael, other than at RDSJ Gaming, where can people find you on the interweb? Is Michael there?
I don't think Michael's been here.
Oh, did he
Michael's
say-
I
been
think his
gone.
internet died.
Oh, I think his internet died. All right, so you can find him at Soundjack426 on Twitter and also Instagram and stuff, and also his YouTube reviews. I forgot about
It was a noble effort.
that. And also, like I said, RDSJ Gaming. Jared, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at dreadprime_. That's where I'm at basically all the time. So if you want to get some pictures of some of the new toys that I've been finding, because I've been posting some of that stuff lately, then go ahead and check it out.
And last but not least, Zeus, where can people find you on the interweb?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Zeus. That's the word _ spelled out. Michael's back.
Yep.
Hey, is there anything you wanted to plug besides your Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and also RDSJ Gaming? I plugged all of those for you. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you very much. I do think that's it.
Are you gonna have a BotBots video soon? You should have a BotBots video soon.
I'm working on it. I've been trying to get back. I want to get the Series 4 collection guide out.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to catch up on my reviews, since apparently not only am I behind on Series 3, but I'll also be behind on Series 4, since Series 5 is popping up in places.
It sure is. I even saw some earlier today.
Look at
Yeah.
you go.
Also, I did not even get to suggest anything for what we'd like to see out of Selects.
Oh yeah.
If any. Crazy idea. selects Cybertron mud flap out of grab.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be
Ooh,
really
yeah.
good. That's even better than my.
What about a tow line out of grapple?
Or
Also good.
Or hauler.
cannonball out of ratchet.
Okay. I'm
Ooh.
here for that. Or
What about hauler? No hauler?
Snowcat?
Hauler's going to happen. That's not even a question. Hauler managed to make it on like who's the best 1984 character poll that Hasbro had recently.
And I hate that he might have almost won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zeus, did you say where people can find you on the interweb?
Twitter and Instagram @_Zeus. That's the word _ spelled out. Mostly Twitter. I'm a little more active on my Instagram now, but I mostly spend my time on Twitter. Too much time, some might even say.
All right. So I think that is about it. So we will hopefully have you guys hear more of us around Toy Fair, and we'll have another episode after that.
Hopefully.
See ya.
If-
Bye bye.
Don't forget to moisturize.